These are always amusing, these bits. Hi, it's Todd from Todd's Workshop and Todd Cutler here, and I'm back with Michael Allison, our resident spear thrower.
It's good to be back, Todd.
Good to have you back, Michael. Thank you very much. And we're back to throw pilum again. But actually, just to explain our little location here, it's a trebuchet. It's my trebuchet. Nothing to do with pilum, but just so you all know, I can't shoot it at the moment because look at the crop field behind, so that's why you haven't seen it for a while. But the other thing you need to know is I'm going to put it on eBay, so watch out for that. It's coming. Anyway, enough of all of that. You'll get to hear about it. So, Michael throws javelin for Team GB. It's a really simple premise. I can't throw for toffee. I am useless, waste of time. Michael's not. So if you want to investigate spears, or in this case pilum, you need somebody who can actually throw, and Michael can actually throw. And the thing is, Roman legionaries trained with them. They even had indoor training halls so that they could train over winter. Pilum were really important to Roman legionaries. But we have, in the archaeological record, this part, the steel. As far as I know, and please correct me if not, we haven't got the woodwork. So if you know it out there and you can send me a reference, I'd love to know. But there is one reference that I know of, which is to a peeler with a breakable wooden peg in it. Now, I have to confess I've forgotten that. It's probably Vegetius, but I couldn't find it when I came looking for this video. It's a really simple premise. This pilum here, you throw it, it sticks in a shield, sticks in a person, sticks in the ground, may or may not bend, but you've thrown it back bent, haven't you? I mean,
yeah, it makes it a little bit harder, but it is still usable.
Still less functional, but a usable weapon. You wouldn't want to stand in front of it. The idea behind this one is that when it strikes something, it breaks. The peg gives way, and it is utterly, utterly useless. So what we're going to be testing out is my interpretation of it. But the first off, we've got a regular, non-breaking pilum. 10 metres, throw away, Michael. Oh. Well, that worked. Oh, God, they're intimidating, aren't they?
They're actually such a good weapon.
We've just pulled this out of our poor unfortunate chap, and there is nothing wrong with that.
No.
So that can go straight back again. So obviously the next one is, let's find out with the breakable link what difference that makes. Oh, broke on launch.
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't anticipating that. Right, Mark 1, failure. So I think we caught that on camera.
Yeah.
So what do you think happened?
From my perspective, what I think there was is you're never pulling perfectly along the line of the spear. There's always going to be a little bit of sort of pulling sideways, and I'd imagine I accelerated it too quickly such that it went like that.
Yeah.
And the acceleration at this point just was too much, and it broke that.
Yeah. So what happened in the workshop, which is stuff that you didn't see, it wasn't relevant to that, and you haven't seen either, is I actually tested different woods here. So I tried things like oak and beech and ash and poplar, and actually I ended up settling up on walnut. Now, what I was looking for is a wood that was strong enough that I could handle it and move it around and it would all be fine in a non-athletic way. But it would be weak enough that when it impacted, it would break. So I settled on walnut, and that seemed to work really well. So I've brought walnut rods with me. I have nothing of any other kind of wood. So that is slightly annoying. I think that you were throwing it in that orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah? Could we try just throwing it in that orientation? 90 degrees different.
Yeah.
Because then we're not getting the same loadings on the pins.
Yep.
Because, of course, this is exactly the same issues they'd be dealing with.
Yeah.
But that is the nature of all these things, isn't it? That's what I love about this work. Is you just learn these things. I think I've just learned, that actually it depends how you throw the thing in terms of what orientation it is.
Yeah.
Which is not something I was thinking about at all. So next up, we've got the pilum with the breakable pin in it. Let's see what it does. Oh! That could not have been better.
That pissed the helmet.
Yep. Sometimes when I do this kind of stuff, I just get really surprised, amazed, and this is one of those moments. Just look at this. So the first thing is the breakable link. That worked.
Definitely worked.
That worked. There is no throwing that back. The next thing is this helmet here straight through. That's quite a thing, isn't it? And this is, I measured this before, it's 1.6, 1.8 millimetres at that area. Mild steel, but still. Better than an awful lot of the armour that would have been found on the Roman battlefield, that is for sure. Clean through. Goodness, sir. Right, let's look at the pilum. This pilum, it exactly, brilliantly worked. There is no throwing that back. I mean, he's not throwing it back anyway, but there's no throwing that back. It really does exactly what it says. I mean, what I'd like to do is see it a couple more times. Yeah. You're happy to throw it a couple more times?
Yeah, we'll
see if we can impact it on the shield, or something less hard, basically. The shield, the body, and actually even the ground. Just a simple strike upon the ground, and that's just going to tell us something about it as well. Hi, I've just interrupted the film for another Todd Cutler related interesting fact. And today is the burn bear with bine knives. Or, actually, it's really about international trade, because that is ebony. Now, a little bit of ebony, well, it costs a lot of money, but in little pieces, perfect for the cutler trade, and it just shows how flash you are. Anyway, this and loads of similar pieces available on toddcutler.com. And now, back to the film. When it comes to replacing the pin, it's no problem at all. So you just have a wooden rod, right kind of diameter, put it through. You could snap it off. Obviously, I own pliers, so I'm going to use them. And that's it. Off you go again. Oh. So basically what happened there was on launch, the pin, the shear pin, sheared. Which is, of course, not what you want because now the pilum is going down range all crooked and bent. However, the first one worked, so fingers crossed, we'll try it again and see if we can get another one to do it. Let's go again. Oh. Well, it didn't break. Good. But it's told us something else as well. Because that's hit the ground.
Has it broken?
I don't think so. So, just pulled it out of the ground. Still perfectly usable. So, in fact, go again.
Oh.
Okay. Miss again, but...
That time it has snapped.
Yeah. But I suppose it's all about marginal gains. And if it snaps 1 time, 2 times in 10, it's better than not snapping at all, because those 1 or 2 times in 10, it can't get thrown back. Oh! Result. So, into the neckline here, missed the male on the front, through 2 layers of gambeson, male on the back, and through the archery foam target, which from my own tests, from Arrows versus Armour 2 trials, is exactly the same resistance against arrows and presumably roughly spears as ballistic gel. So it's a good analogue for that. But then the pilum itself, well, it did exactly what we wanted it to do. So the shear pin broke, and as you can see, there is no throwing that back for this guy or anybody else for that matter. These are always amusing, these bits. Oh! Again, lovely shot. Lovely shot.
I think we can see the use of the shield is, if you get a square on impact, we've seen from other videos that it'll go straight through the shield and through your armour, so you're done. But if you get one near the edge, just that rocking of the shield takes all of the velocity off the pilum.
It does. It absorbs the energy of it.
We can see this one's, it's gone through the shield, but only
but not a lot.
Much.
And it's a heck of a lot less resistant than a steel
This guy's still
helmet.
alive, so...
Yeah. Anyway, let's go again, see how we do. So what's the intention on this one? Are you going to throw it a bit harder, or are you going to give it more?
I'm just going to throw it a bit harder, see the breaking point of the pin, really, on launch.
All right. Well, that last throw was lovely. Really square onto the shield, exactly what we wanted to see. But unfortunately, the pin broke again. So what's your take on all of that? The whole system, basically.
I think, in principle, the system works. It's just, this was our first try. There'd need to be further tests on the wood type, the diameter of this pin, so you get to a point that it breaks on impact, but not in your hand. And if you make your wood like that, I think it'll work.
I was trying to achieve it breaking every time on impact, but actually maybe that's just an unrealistic ask. But if it breaks 30% of the time on impact, it's cost you no more to manufacture, or very little more. it's not a difficult or a cumbersome thing to sort out and to set up. So there's lots of good things about it. It's just not 100% effective, but 30% effective is better than 0% effective. I suppose that's my take. So yeah, back to the, not quite the drawing board, but back to the test bench, I think. Well, maybe we'll end up rerunning this again with boxwood pins.
Yeah.
How about that for an exciting video? You'll see the whole thing again, except for a different coloured bit of wood. But but that's how we learn things, isn't it? But anyway, Michael, good day for you.
Yeah.
So it is amazing to see the guy, the power of what you've turned into a sport coming from its root origins. But
yeah,
anyway.
I mean, these are proper weapons.
Yeah.
You don't want someone throwing these at you.
No. But anyway, Michael, again, thank you very much. And for those of you who've enjoyed the film, don't forget, sign up to the channel, put your bell notifications on, come to the website, sign up to the newsletter, come and see what we do, because if you like this kind of stuff, you'll like what we make and what we do there. All right, thank you very much, guys. See you again. I'm just back because I've got some different woods for my pins. So we've got the walnut we had before, box, oak, holly, and laburnum. So these are all woods that they could have used. They're all strong, I would say stronger than walnut, but anyway, we'll find out. Very unscientific test this, so we're just going to pop a walnut pin in. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll comment about what it feels like. So that's our pin there. You know, it's nice and secure, but obviously not secure enough. We saw that with Michael. So, all right, okay. So that's our standard. So we've got boxwood now. That's harder. Yeah, okay. Holly. Actually, I'd say no better than walnut for that one. Next up is oak. Okay, better than walnut, but box is the winner, I think. And then laburnum. Yeah. So I'm just going to try, in our very unscientific way, box again, see what I think about it. You can probably see from the film as well. Yeah. So in my very unscientific trial, boxwood pins definitely harder to shear than walnut, and that's what we need. So next time I see Michael, boxwood. See ya.